Welcome back. And the rupee has had a flat day of trade, but having said that, it's a second straight day where the rupee has kept above 61 there. On your screen, this has been 1/10% of a gain as compared to yesterday. It has been yet another day of very weak domestic equities, which has put pressure on the currency. Let's get on board then Abhishek Goenka, who's founder and CEO at India Forex Advisors, and he joins us for this leg of the show. Abhishek, hi. How have you seen the currency? The kind of declines that we have seen, of course, are less than on how the equity markets have been performing for last 3 or 4 sessions. But how much of a downside would you give the currency?
So Manisha, what's happening right now, if you look at all the emerging market currencies, 24 out of them, the rupee has been going weak, but it has not gone weak so much, but looking at the situations which is developing, of course, you are going to see the FOMC meeting and the entire world is watching that, and I think there's a 60% chance that by next year mid the US is going to hike rates. It all depends on the statement what they're going to give, that how hawkish the statement is going to be. If the statement is going to be too hawkish, it's going to be a bloodbath for all the emerging market currencies. And if you look at the Indian rupee or the Korean won or the Philippine peso, they are highly dependent on the market volatility that happens in financial markets. So that's a big risk that we are running in, and that's what even the senior members of the government and the senior member of RBI has also been talking about. The good thing that is happening is, of course, the current account deficit data, which is coming out to be good. The crude oil prices are coming down, the gold prices are coming down, so overall a deficit is in control. Yes, I agree, equities have been doing bad in the last 3-4 sessions, but overall the flows in the equity market is still good. So that's a good thing. So I think the weakness would not be too much, but probably a move towards 62 cannot be ruled out if there's a statements from the US comes a little bit hawkish, in the coming 2 days. Yeah.
Vijay, what's your sense? Are you watching out for 62, and if yes, then how soon?
Manisha, in the prompt month futures on the currency derivative segment on the NSE, 61.25, give or take 10 paise here and there for emotional turbulence, is a level to watch out for. Now, this is the ground where the bulls and bears have been fighting it out. There's a tug of war going on out there, and the probability of the dollar bulls dominating the rupee bulls is fairly strong. Once the 61.30 is overcome, the USD INR skyrockets from there. The probability of 61.80 to 62, which I've talked about, then becomes a fairly good possibility. At this point in time, the scope for appreciation of the rupee is fairly limited. I wouldn't give it anything beyond 60.65. I'm referring to the future and not cash.
Fair point that. So yes, there is some choppiness continuing into the markets. Abhishek, you mentioned about what's happening in the international markets, but how would you look at our own data? The inflation seems to be easing, not at the levels that you would want it to be, but the growth has been disappointing. What's your sense on the RBI policy before this month ends?
Yeah, so I don't think that they're going to tinker around with the interest rates right now. Looking at how closely they are watching CPI, which is still not as per the target what the Reserve Bank of India wants, I think this policy, we are not going to see any major cut in the rates, and I think it's going to be a non-event. The rates are not going to change much.
You also have seen certain decline in the euro, as you yourself pointed out, Abhishek. There has been a far declining spree that we have seen in the Asian currencies also. That really includes Japanese yen. The dollar index in the meanwhile seems to be holding a slight choppy move there as well ahead of the Fed meeting. How would you look at the rest of the global currencies?
I think when you're talking about the rest of the global currencies, and especially the G4 currencies, I'm talking about the Australian dollar or the British pound or the euro. It's in a big bear phase right now. I think looking ahead, if the interest rate cycles in the US is up and the interest rates in the euro is divergent, there is no rocket science. It's very easy to predict that the euro is most likely to go down vis-a-vis the US dollar. And as per the Asian currencies we are talking about, the Asian currencies are always a risk on and risk off trade, depending on how the money is going in the US equity markets or out of the markets. So right now we are seeing the 10-year US bonds, getting sold off a little bit. The 10-year treasuries yield is coming up to 2.61%. So more and more money if we start seeing in the US equity markets, and if the statements are very hawkish, definitely the emerging markets are going to have a bloodbath. And of course, markets like Brazilian markets are actually going to take a hit, which has been recently seen in the markets right now.
Not a very sweet spot rightly that we are in right now, but Vijay, how would you look at the dollar index, because we don't seem to be getting to 85 in a hurry?
Manisha, the dollar index is likely to consolidate at the present levels, because I remember talking about how the velocity of the upthrust will have to taper down a little, because what you have seen is a very rapid and a very powerful rally from the 82.80 levels all the way up to 84 plus levels. It needs to consolidate between 83.66 to 84.35 odd levels. It will gyrate between these two parameters before any universal kind of a trending upthrust can be taken in from here. But I would favor buying the dips in the US dollar index, and any time the US dollar index comes down to 83.66 to 83.75 odd levels, I think the declines will get bought into.
Alright, so some near-term declines coming in for this index as well, but can be bought into, is the view coming in from our experts. With that, Abhishek and Vijay, we will let you go. Thank you so much for joining us with your sense on all of those currencies and of course the economy views. With that, it's a wrap on hot commodities, but stay tuned for Rush Hour coming up with Tanya.